Hello friends, hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to your own channel Vedic Impressions. Friends, in this video we are going to talk about connection between Vastu and astrology. Primarily it is assumed that Vastu Shastra and Jyotish, that is astrology, are two separate streams of ancient science. However, unless there's an input given from astrology, Vastu is not complete. That is what I'm going to try and explain in this video. So let's begin and see how these two ancient sciences are connected to each other. So what is Vastu Shastra? Vastu Shastra is basically an Indian system of architecture which utilizes energy from nature to give best outcome in the form of the design which will benefit the person who is owning or who is going to be present in that particular building or in that particular house. Now, why do we need input from astrology? Unless we understand the energy of the person who is going to be owning that place or who is going to stay in that place, we will not be able to decide what outcome is expected from Vastu. In general, the knowledge that people have is that east-facing house is good and south-facing house is not good. But it is not true. All the directions are good. It is the matter of finding out what are the different energies which will benefit the person. It is a myth that people should not buy south-facing house. Probably the reason is that when a person dies, we keep the dead body with its head in the north and feet in the south. But when you are considering the direction of the house, this is not true. So let us first understand the different directions, the deities associated with these directions, and the planets connected. So first is the east direction. As we all know, sun rises from east, so sun planet is associated with this direction, and deity associated is Lord Indra. So we all know Lord Indra is the king of Devatas. So he gives, or this direction gives us wealth and prosperity and pleasures of life. West direction is for Varun Dev, the Lord of Rain. So he also gives us prosperity and growth in life if accurately or correctly associated with the energy of the person living in the house. Similarly, north direction, it is of Lord Kuber, who bestows wealth to the person. And south direction is for Lord Yama, who is the Lord of Death. Now, the planet associated with west direction is Saturn, with north direction is Mercury, and with south direction is Mars. As I said earlier, there's a myth surrounding south direction that anyone should not buy or construct a house facing south, but it is not correct. If you see the horoscope of Bill Gates, he bought a south-facing house and he was richest person in the world continuously for almost 6-7 years while he was living in that house. Similarly, Dr. B.V. Raman, who was one of the great astrologer of his time, he constructed a house facing south because his chart was showing that he will be able to achieve success and growth living in that house. Now, after the main directions of east, west, north, and south, let us understand directions which are called cone. So we'll start with the northeast direction, which is called Ishan cone. And this is the most auspicious direction considered among all, because it bestows person with growth, spirituality, and whatever you want in life. This is the direction considered best for everything. And this direction is owned by deity Ishan, and the planet is Jupiter. The direction southeast, the deity owning southeast direction is Lord Agni. Lord Agni gives us good personality and very good health. If we move on to the next one, which is northwest direction. Northwest direction is for Lord Vayu, who brings us healthy and long life and gives a lot of strength. And planet Moon is associated with it. And southwest direction is for Lord Niruti, who protects us from evil foes. And the planet associated with it is Rahu. Now, how to make use of these directions? In general, you can understand it, say, since Lord Agni is the owner of southeast direction, so your home kitchen is good in this direction. Similarly, Ishan cone, because it is the cone which gives prosperity, which gives growth, which is the cone owned by planet Jupiter. So this direction or this area of the house should always be kept clean, so that the auspicious energy of Jupiter can be received from Ishan cone. Similarly, if you talk about northwest direction, it is the cone of Lord Vayu. It is good for a study. So study room should be in northwest direction. We all feel that south direction is not good because it is owned by Lord Yama. But Lord Yama depicts law. He depicts giving punishment. He depicts discipline. So boss of the company should always face south. So wherever boss of the company has got cabin, his seat should be such that he's facing south, so that he will have better control on the company. This is in general that you can understand based on the deities and based on the planets associated, how we should utilize Vastu in our day-to-day life. Now, how we use astrology in Vastu. Let us take an example based on which we can decide which direction should be the main gate of the house, depending on the horoscope of the person who is going to live in that house. Please note that if a family is living, then it's better to consider wife's horoscope rather than husband's horoscope, because wife is the one who will be nesting that family, and that is why it is best to consider wife's horoscope rather than husband's horoscope. Now let us look at this chart. The date of birth is October 28, 1955. Time of birth is 8:58 p.m. and the place of birth is Seattle. Now, how to find out which direction of the house or which direction for the main gate of the house is suitable? For that, we will have to look at the fourth house of the horoscope. So it is a Gemini Lagna Kundli, and in the fourth house, we see there are two planets, Mercury and Mars. However, we should forget which planets are placed in the fourth house. We have to take the Lord of the fourth house. In this horoscope, the Lord of the fourth house is Mercury itself, and it is sitting with Mars in the fourth house itself. So we will have to see which planet of these is powerful. So since Mercury takes the color of, or it aligns itself with the planet it is associated or in conjunction with. So by the rule of conjunction, Mars is the dominating planet in this horoscope in 4th house. So since Mars shows south direction, so this, for the owner or for the native of this horoscope, the house facing south is the best to live in. And this horoscope belongs to Bill Gates. And as I mentioned earlier, Bill Gates, when he moved into his south facing house, he was the richest man on the earth for about 6 to 7 years in a row. So this is the way we should be checking, which direction of the house is good, and give input of astrology to Vastu. Before the construction starts, these kind of inputs should be given to the architect to design the place. Let us take another chart. The date of birth is 22nd of January 1973. Time of birth is 3:10 p.m. and place of birth is Mumbai. Now in this chart, this is a Taurus Lagna chart. The 4th house has got a Leo sign and Ketu is placed there. But we have nothing to do with Ketu. We'll have to look at the Lord of the Leo, which is Sun. So in this chart, Sun is placed in 9th house along with Venus. Sun over here is not in a good dignity as it is sitting in its enemy's house, Saturn. Thus, we'll have to consider Venus as the dominating planet, and the direction associated with Venus is the direction where the front gate of this person's house should be. And Venus shows southeast direction. So the best direction for this native to have his house front gate is southeast direction. This is the way we should check what kind of inputs astrology can give to Vastu, and based on that only the Vastu design should be considered for the place where you are either living or where you are working. Hope this video gives you good insight for Vastu and how astrology and Vastu are connected. If you have any queries, please do send me an email. My email ID is vedicimpressions@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook Messenger. My ID is Shishir Nigam. Hope you like this video. If yes, please do not forget to hit subscribe and the bell icon, as it helps you to get the notification of my upcoming video, and it encourages me a lot to make more such videos. I'll see you in next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Namaste.